My name is Kevonte and I'm a former member of Boom Squad Incorporated. I'm now a sophomore at Murray State University studying occupational safety and health and participating as a member of the Murray State University Racer Band. When I originally joined Boom Squad, I wasn't very outgoing or outspoken. Before getting involved with Boom Squad, I was one of those kids who would essentially just go to school, sometimes go to the Boys and Girls Club, and then go home. I didn't really have anything that I enjoyed doing after school. In July of 2009, my mom convinced me to go to Boom Squad's band camp. I wasn't very good whenever I first started, but I stayed in the whole week. I wasn't quite in Boom Squad yet at this point, but I did have an interest in the program. About a week later, I went to a local event and saw the Boom Squad performing. While I was there, I talked to the director, Verdelsky Miller, who told me to come to practice and see what I thought about it. At first, I wasn't really crazy about it, even though I was kind of interested. But after about a week or two, I really started enjoying myself there. I started out playing chest tenor, but then I moved on to leg tenor pretty soon. Over the next few years of me being in Boom Squad, I would be moved around between the different drums to see where I would fit in the best. I played bass drum for a few years until I ultimately ended up on quads as my primary instrument. For my first few years, I was still somewhat introverted, but I was becoming a little more used to how Boom Squad works and the movements that they do. During performances, the drumline moves and dances a lot, but I was still kind of stiff and didn't really want to move a whole lot yet. But I learned the reason why Mr. Miller wanted the Boom Squad to move like that, and it's because moving like that defines the difference between us and an ordinary drumline. One thing that he did like to say a lot is that the difference between an extraordinary drumline and an ordinary drumline is extra. And that's just what Boom Squad did. It was extra. It's the reason that Boom Squad has all the crazy stunts they have now, like flipping drummers upside down and tossing sticks that are lit on fire. I think that the biggest change in me occurred on a trip that I took while with Boom Squad. That was the high school leadership trip to Hampton University Band Camp. On that trip, I came out of my shell. With that, I not only learned skills to apply to be a stronger leader within Boom Squad itself, I was also able to be more of a leader outside of Boom Squad. I've been given plenty of opportunities within the squad to be a leader, becoming an equipment manager for the squad when I was in about 8th grade. I believe that being made an equipment manager has helped me become a much stronger leader. Eventually, my leadership in the squad got to a point where if somebody needed something done, they would just ask for twin before going to a director like Mr. Miller, Mr. Jimmy, and Miss Abel. And honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Oftentimes it can be good to have somebody who's younger that people see as a leader. And sometimes it's just better to have a second voice. When I was a sophomore in high school, I joined marching band there, and I was almost instantly able to take on a leadership role within that band because of my experience with Boom Squad. Whenever I joined the high school band, my brother Deontay was awarded the position as squad leader in Boom Squad. And since I wouldn't be there as much, I still had leadership authority, I just didn't have the title. I'm not the only leader that Boom Squad has created though. In its 14 years of operation, Boom Squad has created leader after leader after leader. Once, as Mr. Miller would have put it, the old cats have graduated out of Boom Squad, some new leaders will step up to fill in the shoes of those old ones. I may have learned most of what I know about reading music through high school band, but my playing skills came from Boom Squad. I've also been exposed to many different places thanks to Boom Squad. I went to places I had never been before, and some of them I never thought I would ever visit. Some big trips that Boom Squad has taken include Louisville, Kentucky, Montgomery, Alabama, Houston, Texas, Indianapolis, Indiana, Chicago, Illinois, Dayton, Ohio, Hampton, Virginia, Daytona Beach, Florida, the list goes on. And one thing that I've always liked about the trips we take is that the volunteers and Boom Squad supporters will always try to get us there. One thing Mr. Miller would say a lot is, if one goes, we all go. However, these trips aren't always free, and while most trips do need to be paid for, the most important part on going on the trips is following Boom Squad's 3 rules. And those are, go to class every day, turn in your homework, and respect authority. If you don't follow these 3 rules, you're probably not going to get to go on the trips with us. The more time I've spent with Boom Squad, the more I've learned how things work. This kind of ties back in with the leadership skills, but I have definitely learned that not everyone thinks and learns alike. I have learned that if you want to be a leader, you have to learn to be patient with people and adapt how you approach a situation. An example would be that some people can just watch how you play something once and instantly repeat it, while others might need to see it a few more times and practice at it a lot more. Everybody's different, so you can't use one simple method to help everybody. That just doesn't exist. Overall, I believe that Boom Squad has made a positive impact on my life and has given me a step forward in my future. Without it, I possibly could have ended up some random antisocial street kid who doesn't have anything to look forward to. Now I'm in college playing in their band and working towards my degree in occupational safety and health. I've only been in Boom Squad for about 8 years out of the 14 years it's been running, but I believe that 8 years was much more than enough to get me to where I am now. If you'd like to learn more about Boom Squad Incorporated, please visit us on Facebook or at boomsquadinc.com.